Today we're going to make Mexican rice and beans, which is a great meal at all at once. It's simple, it's cheap, it's substantial, and it's easy. So our ingredients are black beans, a vegetable. Today we're going to have broccoli, but you can use any vegetable whatsoever. 2 seasonings, only 2 seasonings. We have cumin and chili powder. Any brands will do, even the cheap stuff. And we have cheese. If you want, you can add chicken, you can add beef, you can add meat-flavored tofu crumble. We are mostly vegetarian. We don't eat meat very often, so most of our meals are vegetarian. So today we're not going to add any meat. We're going to make a batch of brown rice. I prefer Carolina brown rice because it's inexpensive and it's not parboiled. You cook it all the way through. Brown rice is actually easier to cook than white rice because since brown rice is 2 parts water to 1 part rice, you can use any shaped glass to measure it. It's simply 2 parts water to 1 part rice. I always put the rice in first so that the white rice does not stick to the wet glass. Get the starch rinsed off the rice onto the stove. High heat to begin with. We'll turn it down to a simmer when it starts to boil. Now the first thing we're going to do is we're going to steam our broccoli a little bit to get it tender. So we just put maybe, I don't know, a half a cup of water in the bottom of the pan, enough so that it steams and boils almost all the way. And we put the stove on high, watch it heat up. The water at the bottom of the pan is steaming the broccoli and tenderizing it. You know the broccoli is tender enough, at least for my taste, when that dark green raw look is replaced by a brighter green. And you have to watch the water at the bottom of the pan. You don't want it to boil away because then it'll burn, obviously. A quick check on the rice shows that it is doing very well. Very well. Okay, the broccoli's changed color to that lighter green cooked color. And the water's almost all boiled off, so we're going to move it off the heat. Don't forget to turn off the heat. And then we're going to get to the next step. Here we have our large can of black beans with about half of the fluid drained off. We're going to add that in. I'm going to shake to get it all out. And now that it's safe, we can put it back on the heat. We're going to add our 2 seasonings, cumin and chili powder. I found that about 2 parts chili powder to 1 part cumin is about right. Chili powder is not as strong as you think it is. It's not spicy at all. And so I actually add a good amount of chili powder. And we can even open up the pour spout. Chili powder's in. Now I'll add the cumin, about half as much cumin as chili powder. And all we do is stir it up. We got the moisture from the beans dissolving the spices into the moisture. The moisture from the beans will continue to cook the broccoli. In fact, we're going to put the heat back on to low, or 2 or 3. Don't forget, electric stoves are hot, hot. Stir that up. Get it all dissolved. You can taste it if you want. You can add more chili powder or cumin to your taste. But the point is to get it dissolved in the liquid and to heat it up again and continue the cooking process. And really, we are near the end. This is really almost done. Cook it down, heat it up, put it on rice, add some cheese. So, we will let that cook. Now, after about 40 minutes, maybe a little less, you can check the rice. All I do is look down to see if the water is all boiled away. Since there's no water down there on the bottom. The steam's in the way, I know. But trust me, there's no water down on the bottom. The rice is dry. The it's ready to eat. Okay, and it's all cooked, and I just added some shredded cheese. And we just put some rice on a plate, some of our beans on top of it, and a little of your favorite hot sauce. And there it is. Easy peasy rice and beans. Yum, yum.